Now it's time to get into the solos, and there's two great solos in the song. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to try to show you what he's playing. I'm not going to play it exactly the way he does for you. I can't do that. I haven't practiced it enough, and it would take me a while to get this down. But I'm going to show you what he's doing, and then you can work on it if you want to play it note for note or just take some of the ideas from it. He starts out the first solo coming from the 5. He starts out with those bends, and then he's going to settle into this. So this is a typical Magic Sam lick. That kind of thing. And what I'm doing is going back and forth between the 12th fret and the 10th fret of the 2nd string. And also getting the 10th fret of the 1st string. He does this little lick. And he's going from the 12th to the 10th on the 2nd string to the 11th fret on the 3rd string. And then in the middle of that he goes, throws a little lick like that, and this is all in the 2nd position blues box. So he played most of the fills and the verses using the 1st position blues box, and now for the solo he's starting out. So he's doing those licks combined. So you got this lick, and then you've got this one. And in the middle of that, he throws in that little lick. And it sounds to me like getting the 12th fret, and then a hammer-on pull-off between the 10th and the 12th. Something like that. So like that. And back to the 12th fret of the 2nd string. And he goes on with something along those lines, all played with those ideas in mind in the 2nd blues box. And then he does some bend, and he's just bending the 12th fret. This is a 3-fingered bend. It's in the 2nd position blues box. He does something, can't really figure it out, getting from the 2nd blues box into the 1st blues box. I tabbed it out the way I think he's doing it, but he does this can't think of how he's doing it. Something to get into the 2nd blues box. And then he does this. Back, and he does another stop time. So the licks in that mostly played in the 2nd position blues box. You've got this, and then you've got this lick with that thrown in. And again, I get mixed up. He's ending on that 7th, the C-shaped 7th, C-shaped 7th, before going into the stop time, and then he's back to another verse, and then he's going to come back with another solo. So using those ideas, you can listen to the solo, figure it out. I've got the tab for you, note for note, as far as I can. There's that one part where he goes from the 2nd to the 1st where I just can't hear it. It's not happening for me. I'll work on that and see if I can get that for you. But he's doing something in there. So that is the first solo. Starts out much the same the first one does, with these bends. And eventually he gets into this. this double stop sliding thing, which is really just over the second position blues box. And I've got my first finger on the 10th fret of the first string and my ring finger on the 12th fret, and I'm sliding into it from below, from the 9th and 11th frets to the 10th and 12th. It's got that 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. He does that. And then he's going to do this. Where he's going to hammer there on the 12th fret of the second string. So he comes into the solo. And then he's going to do this. These bends, again, that same bend we did in the second blues box, my ring finger. I've got all three fingers. I call these three-finger bends. My first finger anchored on the 10th fret of the first string, second finger on the 11th fret, ring finger on the 12th fret. And he's bending like that. Then out of those bends, he's winding it up, something like this. So he's bending up. To the 10th fret of the first string, 12th fret, and that sounds like twice on the second fret of the first string, or 10th fret of the first string. So it's... And then back to this. So... And then again, just like you did before. Back into another stop time. So the idea is, if you look at the two solos, it's a lot of the same ideas. This bend, and then he's got this, uses that 12th fret of the second string quite a bit. And he's going to use these bends. Back to those. And a lot of the same fill ideas that he used. There's little variations in what he played. You just have to listen to it. But all that is going on between either the first in the first blues box or in the second blues box. And again, I've got the solos tabbed out note for note to the best of my ability. Then he comes back to the song, another verse. Eventually, I don't know if there's one more stop time, but he gets into a verse, which is the end verse, and he goes into this little end tag, which I'm going to show you. Right? The end tag, the last part of the song, as he wraps up the final verse, he comes from the 5 with this F sharp 7, and then he does a little lead in. I can't tell what he's doing. If he's doing this, and then it's a stop, dead stop to wrap up the song. Or he could be playing something like this. So the whole thing, and stops it. Listen to it carefully, see what you think. But he gets the stop, and then he's going to use a lick very similar to what he did at the beginning of this song. And wraps it up. That's it. So one more time on the end tag. There's a little bend when he gets to the 7th fret of the 3rd string. That lick is exactly the same as one that we played in the introduction. That same bend again, 7th fret of the 3rd string, or 9th fret of the 3rd string, and then the 7th fret, C, B9. So that is I Don't Want No Woman by Magic Sam. I did not go through every single note perfectly because I'd have to memorize all that, and I'm finding for some of these longer songs that's hard to do, but I'm hoping that the lesson still helps you because you can see the ideas of what he's doing and where he's playing and how he's getting different licks out of, like the second blues position blues box. Magic Sam did a great job of getting different bends and licks, like whoops. Stuff like that is priceless. And also some of these fills. Great stuff. If you have any questions or comments, let me know. Any requests for the song breakdowns or any other lesson, let me know, and I'll get to those as soon as I can. And if you have any questions, comments, get a hold of me. Otherwise, I'll be back in a couple months with another song breakdown.